Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we are back here with another world renowned episode of the Bold Prediction Sports Media Podcast. This is Mr. KC from the 813. I'm that dude with the beard. And Mr. KC, man, NBA action. This
Woo,
thing
woo,
is
woo.
pumping and dumping. It's going crazy. It's doing everything that we knew playoff basketball would do. Some people are hating, some people don't like it, but hey, there's always going to be some people you can't please.
Man,
Um,
I think this is one of the best playoffs we've had all for quite a while in the NBA. This one is pretty legit. We got some a couple underdogs with the Knicks, who no one saw that coming. And then
mhm.
speaking of underdogs, what jersey are you wearing?
You mean the favorites?
Man, they
Who was the
out here
who
acting
was the
like it.
who was the favorites after we got? I'm telling you, all we had to do was get rid of Westbrook, and after that, our fortunes changed. Everything was going the right way. I need to get my Anthony Davis jersey here because this
Ooh,
man, like I said, is on his way to carrying us to another. Ooh, if you scoff at 30 and 20, I yeah.
ugh. Well, actually, thanks to Teacher Talking Sports, he did a video on just such a performance from Anthony Davis. He actually
Hmm.
had a rare performance. You guys can check out his video. It was comparing him to Tim Duncan, who's the only
Can't do
other
that.
guy who had, he's the only other person to have a 30-20 game with 5 assists and I think it was 3 blocks. So, it
That
was,
just lets you know how great of a level he's playing on because you
uh,
can't get no better than Timmy D. You just
I mean,
can't.
I'm not saying obviously I think Tim Duncan's a much I'm not high on AD. So
That's
I
okay.
think but it does kind of make a pretty good counter argument to anything I got to say if you're in such elite category with Mr. Tim Duncan himself.
Right. We talking about stuff Dirk Nowitzki ain't even did that. So
Oof.
that's impressive all. And Dirk Nowitzki's he's in my top three of power forwards ever, dude. I mean,
I mean,
you want to talk about an assassin.
it's hard to say
Uh
that's the wrong pick too.
yeah, no, for sure. But yeah, man, I'm super proud of what the Lakers are doing right now. Like I said, we had to go ahead and send those Grizzlies back to the woods. Dylan Brooks lost his job. It looks like the team just might be in
Maybe the
turmoil after this
NBA.
playoff
He,
loss.
I think
Man,
he might have lost the
talked his
whole
way out.
NBA. Yeah.
Talked his way out of it.
Talking about
Ooh,
enjoy China or something. That was pretty interesting. That was a whew,
good night.
night.
Yeah, he
Ouch.
gonna end up wrestling for New Japan. Is what's gonna happen. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. We're gonna end up talking about him on a different segment. But no, the Lakers they handled business out of them boys. Like I said, all we had to do was fight, and we're still fighting. And right now, we are playing the defending champions of the NBA, the National Basketball Association, a team that you were very high on, a team that you're passionate about. Dare I hear what's going on in your mind about this? But we're currently 1-0 on the Golden State Warriors. And by the way, the score is looking, we're on our way to 2-0. How do you feel about that?
I feel like the Lakers are gonna Laker. This is exactly what we see every freaking time. Lakers aren't in conversation. They're not in this. But then come playoff time, magically made it in. And magically this is why the playoffs this is when the NBA really starts, in my opinion. Because like you'll see this lame duck team that's like
Mhm.
this guy ain't playing for a month, that guy won't play for 2 weeks right after that. Like you're not, all season is just a malarkey team, complete
Mhm.
malarkey. 3 quarters of the season, we were not talking Lakers playoffs. That was not a conversation, not a legit one. We were talking about how they were gonna miss it, you know. And here we are, like, are these boys really are we really possibly talking about the finals for the Lakers?
I think they're primed and ready. They had to get some resources back in. D'Lo had to come back to LA, re-solidify himself, man, and it's just been a ball to watch these dudes ball. In other words, we got man. Like I
Like
said, we got rid of the first step.
I don't
Now
want
it's
to count
just
Steph Curry out, but man,
never. You never
mm,
want to do that. But like I said, in the 7 game, I think we win it in 5. I'll give Golden State 1 game,
I think they might pull
maybe.
out one.
Yeah,
They
they
could
should
have.
win game 3. If they lose tonight, they'll win game 3, and then lose 2 more, and that'll be the end of the Warriors.
And that kind of messes with Steph's legacy just a smidge, in my opinion. You start,
Uh,
I mean, you
I
start
don't
messing with
know,
compared to LeBron James' greatness kind of category.
dude.
Like
If anything, man, if you want to look at as far as consistency and doing it without and well initially saying not you're doing it with homegrown talent. It's not like I mean, the only
mhm,
superstar that ever came to the team was Kevin Durant. I
right,
mean, for that little stint, but I mean, so what Steph Curry's doing out there? I mean, what he's got? He's four chips now. So I
right.
mean, if anything, he's already LeBron's equal, in my opinion. If not a little bit better, dude. I mean, like I said, just consider what he's doing. I meing, doing what LeBron has. I mean,
It's
I
close. It's
don't like I
probably
said.
closer than I think it is.
Yeah, I don't think that gap is too big. LeBron might be all-time scoring leader now, but like I say, you've been playing 20 years. Steph ain't been playing
Right.
20 years,
Yeah,
and
and that
he's got as many championships as you, almost as many MVPs.
right. Absolutely. And really, if you want to start talking about transcending the game, I mean, big guys are proving that they're still here in the NBA. If you look at the
Right,
last 5 MVPs, big guys, real
big
big guys,
guys.
but with a completely different kind of big guy type game.
Big
It,
type of game.
yeah,
Stretching the floor. Yeah, we
hmm
don't see the back to the
almost,
basket
yeah,
big man
almost
win an
influenced by
MVP.
that Steph Curryness, if you ask me. You look at
I'm
Kevin
telling you.
Durant. You'll have Kevin Durant take 3-point shots all day. And if you go
Right.
back to early 2000s, 90s basketball, you would never see someone Kevin Durant size just just posting them up.
No.
Maybe Larry Bird. Larry Bird was pretty
I would
tall.
say every now, unless
Yeah,
you're a guy that he's a shooter, then yeah, that's different. You'll
right.
find a speckle of guys here and there, but I know what you mean. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean,
Uh.
there's arguments to just even who changed the game more, because it's almost common knowledge or common philosophy that everyone started like, look, we're taking 3 steps back from the 3-point line now,
Hmm.
and when we grew up, that wasn't that wasn't it. You got
Well,
you got
it was.
mostly
You
as
had a
close,
certain few people who would shoot deep threes. Like you had
yeah,
your Kobe
Kobe,
Bryant, of
yeah,
course. You had Tracy McGrady shooting deep threes. The occasional deep three from Dirk. I mean, the real deep three from Dirk. There's a couple guys, maybe Rashard Lewis. Like I said, yeah, the
right.
sprinkles of guys who could do it, but never with the finesse and consistency that we're seeing now. Like, dude, these dudes can just step across half court and just fire off.
Right. Yeah, because even like if you look at Ray Allen, who's probably one of or historically has been my
Yeah,
favorite 3-point shooter of all time. He wasn't like just taking steps back like that. He
right.
knew like, well, if you're closer, I got higher percentage. It's still the same 3 points. What are we doing
Right,
here, folks?
right.
And Steph Curry's really kind of changed that. So I think it's kind of an interesting conversation with to be had in Curry
Like I said,
versus
and
James.
not and no disrespect to the boy Bron, but I don't feel like LeBron has changed the game. I mean, he was just
Mm,
he was a freight train playing the game. I mean, we've seen those before, but we've never seen it on the level of consistency that he's done it without body tearing down and breaking down, that kind of thing. So, by a health standard, I'd say he's by far alone probably the best athlete who's ever played basketball, just from that standpoint,
And
just
possibly
athleticism.
even the most valuable economically, like return for a
Uh,
dollar, like which one of these
yeah,
players made you the most money? It very
right,
well could have been LeBron James too. But
right.
length of contract also does have a slight factor into that.
That is also true. But yeah, by far though, this is their how many times have they met now? I mean, out of the finals, this is the fourth time I believe they've played each other in a series, something
Yeah, I
like
think
that.
it is.
And so we'll see what happens. LeBron, he's
LeBron's
not too
winning that
good against
tape.
Steph, man. But we gonna see, man.
Kind of even them odds up a little bit now.
I got to,
Yeah,
but I anyway, I got the Lakers winning this series without a shadow
yeah,
of a doubt, though.
that's what it looks
But
like.
it should be interesting. Like I said, just on the standpoint, like I said, we'll never count out Steph because all of a sudden he might go off for 50. So
Well, then
who
let's
knows?
talk about the other West game that actually kind of matters here.
Hmm.
Ooh.
Actually, kind of matters. Well,
Well,
they
because
all
the other
matter.
one's already over. Like I don't want to close the book on Steph Curry, but good night, Golden State. Like I just don't see it.
Well, you
Uh,
want to talk about closing the book? I think the book is closed on your precious KD and the Phoenix Suns. I think that door is getting slammed shut because the boy Joker's out there just making these boys look crazy. And I'm expecting more from Devin Booker and these dudes. I'm like, you guys arguably got the best backcourt in basketball almost
right,
outside of Golden State. I mean, like, and it's just shocked that you're down 2-0. But then again, you don't have a big man who could really play and stop Joker. So I mean, that's what it's boiling down to, and that's why the same reason not to keep talking about Golden State. Draymond can't do nothing with AD. Can't none of them dudes do nothing with AD down there. He's too much for them. So that's going to be the difference, and
I
that's why
think
we're
Joker
seeing it.
could
Yeah,
yeah,
give it what Joker do what?
take down AD.
Ha! We'll see.
Well, that's
We will
what's
see.
what
We're gonna
we're
see
starting.
soon.
I hate to
This will
say it.
and this
Look,
and this
when
will be
I
the
don't know because I think we're gonna actually have to start talking about. We're gonna need these Suns to make this comeback, folks. Like this is not the conversation I'm ready to be having. Like I gotta actually stop, hit the brakes, put it in,
turn this
do
thing
a little
around.
U-turn here. This is not what's happening with this series, folks.
Oh.
I'm not
Mm.
having it. I refuse. Come on, Kevin Durant,
He
my
said a
dude.
180 is coming. We're turning this thing
Turn
around.
around.
Well,
Look, they give you this 2-0 is not the biggest deficit ever come back from or nothing. Like that is
but
not
it's
the end of the
deep when
world.
you got a great white on the other side, and none of y'all want to shoot the harpoon gun.
You ain't lying. You gotta
You know what I'm saying? Like,
uh,
goodness gracious.
do
So,
something.
yeah, like I said, I was expecting more. I knew these Nuggets was gonna ball, and I had a feeling once the bracket broke the way it did, and I was seeing the matchups, it just reminded me of it's gonna be just like how the Nuggets and the Lakers battled when Kobe and Carmelo was in the Western Conference Finals, where Kobe took him out and went on to greatness. It's tradition. It's gonna be just like that, hard earned
Mm,
fighting. The old guard Kobe Bryant against Joker and them boys who's been rallying the last few seasons trying to make it to the finals. We're the Detroit Pistons to the Bulls in the early '90s. I mean, in the '80s, we're the Lakers to everybody in the 2000s or the Spurs, however you take your poison. But I think we're the gatekeepers, and we're about to see.
uh, it's gonna be. This some NBA playoff, folks. When have we been
It
this
is.
excited, man? That's
Dude,
good.
you know what I'm
Good
saying?
year,
Basketball just started, man, and
right?
no slack to anybody's team who's not there, but you you should have been here.
Right.
Oh, but yeah, I think this series is a wrap. KD, I don't know what's going on with him. Obvious health issues, as tradition it seems like. Um, I don't know.
I
I
think
don't
Chris
know.
Paul has some health issues as well. You start running out of names.
Yeah, because I don't think he's even playing the game three for
Yeah.
sure. I think they've already got him ruled out. So, yeah, like I said, so these people they don't have enough depth on their team. So
So
that's
let's go
gonna
out
be
east. Let's not depress this night for me. I don't want to. I don't want to come to that reality. I'm not at that point yet. Like I need the fat lady to sing before I just say
good
the
night.
championship's not going to Phoenix.
Well, luckily I'm here to say it for you, brother.
Mm.
Uh,
Go, baby. All right,
right.
brother.
Well, let's talk about the most unexpected series. The New York Knicks versus the Miami Heat. These are both two teams
Both.
that wasn't even picked to make it out the first round, and let alone beat the number one seed in Miami's case, and New York beating who was they? They were number was they number three? I think. I have to go back and look at the seating here just to be on the safe side. But dude, this series is tied 1-1, and it's been a slobber knocker. Two
Right.
games and not necessarily blowouts. They've been close games, decided within 7 points. So we're gonna see what Jimmy Butler and
Hey,
the Heat can do. And the thing that's most exciting, I'm like, bro, New York, they got Julius Randle out there, and I knew he was gonna be a baller one day, but it just took too long for what the Lakers wanted to do because we drafted him. It just took too long, the project. But dude, he's out here in New York showing muscle, flexing on dudes, bro. Got his team to the playoffs, man, and in the second round. Like,
and
congratulations,
competing in the second round. Like, don't get
man.
it twisted. This is a dogfight with two underdogs. So you're talking about a scrappy type basketball. Like they both want it.
Right.
They're showing they both want it. I still think it goes to the Knicks. I just feel it. I'm hoping so.
Maybe. Dude, the Heat got some firepower, but we're gonna see because they still got uh what's the boy name? Kyle Lowry, even though he ain't as fast as he used to
Yeah,
be.
but I think
Kevin
he's like
Love.
I think Kyle Lowry's playing in like that 6-man spot. So like,
Yeah.
I
I'm
mean,
just
that's
trying to
their
think. Well,
rotation though.
yeah, it ain't bad because the Knicks still got Josh Hart coming off probably, and Quentin Grimes. It's not too bad. And yeah, we're gonna see, man. This thing, because Bam Adebayo, he's good too. I actually like him, even though he don't put up too many points all the time. But that boy, he get it in. He's a
Yeah,
shooter.
and
He's a nice
sometimes,
shooter, but he's a baller.
sometimes it's not just points. As my favorite basketball quote was, I may not. If I get a triple double, it's just going to be 10 points. But tell you what, them assists, them rebounds are on lock. It might be a
No,
triple double, rebounds, assists, and some
and
blocks and
steals,
steals.
right?
Right, like we might be looking at a whole nother
And all
category.
right,
A little like who needs points? That's what you're here for.
right.
I'm here to
And all
protect.
defensive triple
Yeah.
double. We've never.
Yes.
Oh wow, that would be amazing.
Scored 4 points.
Oh, right. I
Like,
scored 4 points, but it was the last 4 points of the game.
yeah, to win the game.
Yeah, yeah, to
To
win the
win the game.
game.
Oh, y'all just
I'm the
need me to
freshest
score
dude out
too, huh?
here.
Ah!
Right.
No, another
Oh,
block.
man.
Still,
Right.
I can
I'm
see it
trying to
happening.
tell you.
We're about to write the Hollywood script, folks.
Right. It's just gonna be called The Defender.
Right.
Check
So
check it out next March.
I think we've got one more game, don't we? We've got one more
Oh yeah, and
series.
this is the battle of your precious babies. I've been waiting to talk about this. The Boston Celtics and the Philadelphia 76ers. And as you know, the series is tied 1-1. MVP MVP's team currently being led by James Harden. What
Yeah,
do you think, man? Your boy Tatum got his boys back there, and B did enough to get your other boys there. Man. What's going on, man? This has got
it's
to be good for you either way. Like you
it's
win either way.
yeah. I can't lose in this series, so this is a W. But I'm kind of hoping we get some paper towels for James Harden's lemon pepper wing hands. Um,
Ooh,
they appeared very dry. He had not eaten any in game one. Scored what was it, 45 points?
right.
Tied the highest he's ever done. Maybe got some chicken wings or something on the fingers. It wasn't quite scoring like we needed it to. Uh,
Oh
Joel Embiid
goodness.
giving me 15 points after we give you the MVP. I'm celebrating, Joel. You got me popping bottles, and you come back and you lay a 15er. You got
You
James
got
Harden
me
carrying the
popping
team.
bottles.
What are we
Right.
doing? Jesus.
Oof,
He's supposed
I
to not
know.
even really be a factor. This is James Harden was like creme on top, to help out, and
Right.
he did his one game that we needed, Joel.
Roy said we got the performance that you was looking for out of him already.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be your time, Joel.
Showtime. MVP.
Yeah, I can't blame you. Like I said, yeah,
Mm,
you're sure right. Like, I mean, you're in the MVP. We gonna need a couple 30 and 20 games from you, my man. We're gonna
yeah.
need because we
Something.
looking out west, and them big boys is balling. So they got a couple of big boys balling out west. So you got to do something, man. Especially if you gonna think you're gonna go to the west and play either one of them teams, dude.
Right.
That's what it's going. Ooh, it's
If
gonna
you
be a
if
slobber knocker.
they're gonna give you the belt, you better wear it with pride because someone coming for it, man. Don't prove them wrong. Look, we're trying to get another one next year, Joel. Let's get this
Man,
back to back. You know how you do that? You do that by making it to the finals. Let's get a little more
yeah.
heat. And I shouldn't be saying that because Boston's in my corner. Like uh like we could really just sweep this and be done and and move on from this heartbreak. But
Man,
I'll be kind of heartbroken either way, to be honest with you. Like it's
it's
just
a kind
it's,
it'll
'cause
hurt a little bit,
right, because either way, one of my little golden childs is no
right?
longer. My season is ended.
It's like the mom hanging off the cliff of what's the movie, The Good Son, when she had to choose who she was gonna let go.
Right.
Like, oh Lord, you just sometimes you just gotta close your eyes and let go, Mister Casey.
Right. Well, that's why I only have one. I'm like, no
Oh,
letting go,
right.
folks.
I'm
Two
trying to
A's.
tell. Right, I'm trying to tell you, I'm there with you on that. No, but we'll see, man. He still got enough time to keep balling. If they can just, if they pull this out, I'm not going to be surprised, but it's going to be kind of surprising because Boston's definitely the favorite going
Yeah.
to this kind of series here. I mean, just score more game, get more rebounds a game, dang near more assists a game. So, I mean, it's hard to beat a team that's out hustling you for one, and then out rebounding you for two. So that's the key to winning the NBA championship. Everybody know that you got to rebound the basketball. So
Yeah. And I think the most interesting part to me is just knowing that, like, neither team has showed up both at the same time. So I feel
right.
like the 76ers in game one, I don't feel like the Celtics came out ready for game one. And in game two, the 76ers didn't come out for the Celtics. Neither one of them was playing a ball both nights. So we're going to get an interesting matchup one of these nights, I think, where it's just a full out dogfight. And we might be seeing that here in game 4 or 5 if we if it ain't
Man,
long. Start getting that back against the wall.
I'm hoping so because that's going to make the series far more compelling than what it is now. It's going to make it much watch TV, like how
Mhm.
you said. Uh, we'll see tomorrow though, because they're what 6:30 I think tomorrow. Yeah, so we'll see. We're definitely going to be watching. I know I'm gonna be watching for sure. Because I'm gonna be waiting for this Phoenix game. Because if Phoenix go down 0-3, I'm making a video, y'all. I got to talk about it.
Mm.
And it's going to start with Kevin Durant, and the blame is going to cascade because you're supposed to be the man. I know Devin Booker was really the man out there. He came. I think you kind of messed up the chemistry, KD. Devin Booker, y'all should have left KD alone. But that'll be a whole different story if
Mm.
he can't prove to do what they thought that he was going to do for him.
And that's supposed to have been like his whole since leaving the Thunder. That's the streak he's been on. We've really only seen it with OKC or with
Man,
Golden
because he
State,
didn't. I would say because he didn't play hardly in Brooklyn.
right?
Man, y'all waited a year for when y'all signed him. Waited because he was injured. Didn't even play the whole season. Then when he did play, he got hurt again. And then y'all got Kyrie. When Kyrie's out the door, he said, "Well, shit, I'm out the door too." Then, so I'm just, oh my goodness. If I was a Brooklyn fan, I'd be furious. Like,
Right.
how did you lose? You lose two superstars in a year. That's crazy, and don't really have anything to show in return. Like,
And you won't. You're not
yeah,
going to. It
maybe in the draft, but maybe not. Ooh,
doubtful.
oh, AD with the putback jam. We got the live highlights, folks. Oh yeah, looking very destructive out there. We're gonna see, man. This is a good game turning out too. Golden State's up by 4, looks like. So it's Laker time. It's showtime. Magic's
Yeah.
like Birdman, Mr. KC came, he rubbed his hands over it. He said, "We need another one." DJ Khaled was. He said,
And
"Okay,
another one.
another." He said, "Another one."
No, no,
Yeah. So it's over for the
no
West
more.
anyway.
No more like
It's over.
those.
No more like doors. Gracias.
Uh,
So, folks, that's our NBA coverage for this week here. Like I said, we're going to do some more snips and tidbits and videos as this thing progresses, man, because there's no season like NBA playoff season. That's why it's so
mm.
short and it's so quick because we got to appreciate it. On to football. Mr. KC, is there any NFL news you want to talk about? Any particular draft picks in the Kansas City locker room that's caught your eye?
Yeah, my favorite draft pick, I think, is the offensive lineman Morris. Either right tackle, left tackle, can play guard. Kind of an all around pick. Played with
But
Trey Smith. He's familiar with this offensive line. You're adding guys that know each other, chemistry,
mhm,
and that can just absolutely block, just
I'm trying to
complete
tell you.
maulers. I
We-
think it's going to end up being the still of the draft. It'll be interesting to see if he plays year one actually. 'Cause
I'm thinking he's probably a starter by the midpoint of the season. But right now, I think they'll probably do by committee, considering all the people that we do have now, and we've got a little depth, which I love. That's what we need, especially since we don't have the Swiss, what was it, we're gonna call him the Swiss Army knife no more. Andrew Wiley. Shout
yeah,
out to my boy. Shout out to the Commanders. Uh, man, I
but
like that pick too.
our
I
swing
like that
guys are
pick.
now looking like Niang and Morris, and we
Yeah,
got
Manny
some
Morris.
names in the backup ranks. I think that
Yeah, because you think
might be
Donovan
contenders.
Smith starts?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, they gave him 9 million. More than likely, he's gonna start.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. And he's a
yeah,
veteran. Yeah, just Andy likes
makes
veterans.
sense.
Andy Reid's so
Oh
slow
yeah,
on
I would
starting
love.
rookies. So
Yeah,
yeah, I
no,
see it.
I don't blame him either though. I want a guy who at least knows what he's doing over there to protect my $500 million quarterback. Um, even though I've been seeing some ruffling, they trying to ruffle some feathers here in Casey. I've seen a lot of people talking about Patrick's contract and trying to say he's getting lowballed because he's like the 10th highest paid player in the league now and stuff. I'm like, bro, y'all need to worry about what's going on over there and stop trying to cause turmoil in the kingdom. Because for one, he's still getting $500 million no matter how you shake it. He's
Which
endorsed out the planet. Like he's not worried about it. He's looking for the Brady longevity, and nobody gave Brady slack about that. But they
right.
trying to ruffle some Mahomes feathers here. What you think?
Well, my thing about it is, if I was a GM, my biggest question is, why am I paying you more than Patrick Mahomes? Not that Patrick Mahomes is overpaid. I would ask
Thank
you,
you.
how can you justify
Me giving you more
55,
than him,
$60 million a year? Pat Mahomes,
man.
multiple MVP, multiple Super Bowl winner, for
Man,
what, five
2 time
times?
Super Bowl final,
Yeah,
two
uh,
MVP. Like man,
more
he's making
AFC.
$63 million,
Yeah.
and there's people out here is making 192. Like Josh Allen's making $92 million a
And,
year
and what's
almost,
really going to hurt
or
their
over
team,
the next 3 years. I forgot how they broke it down, but it's still too much, especially for Philip Rivers.
mm,
Would you give Peyton Manning the $200 million contract or Philip Rivers?
Peyton.
It's that
Like,
simple. It's that simple. Like what? But not in today's league. Like I said, we're gonna really see what happens, especially when the Burrow deals come down and the new Trevor Lawrence deal after he solidifies the AFC South this year and another playoff push. We're gonna see the contracts come down, and dude, I still think that we're gonna be pretty much still in the best position financially over the next 6 years, just because the Pat of being the way he is and the contract that he took. And like I said,
Mhm.
he knows what he's doing. Like, how rich does he need to be? You got a $500 million deal. Like I said, endorsement's not the word. I ain't trying to say he shouldn't care about the money. Get all the money you can, young fella.
Right.
But if he's okay with it, then everybody else need to shut up.
Exactly. Get out his pockets. Because he's already
Thank
said
you.
that, like, not everything he's playing for is money. That is not his sole purpose in life. This man is
Man,
out here to own the NFL.
to own
He
it.
knows who he's going up against. We
Right,
have a poster child now. It used to
right.
be there was a discussion back in the day if it was Joe Montana or Steve Young or
Hmm.
LA even or Brett Favre,
Marino.
Marino,
Yeah.
but it has become a clear cut number one. There's
Number
only one
one.
target
And
anymore.
there's a divide, a chasm so big. Like, yeah, it's
Yeah,
like for people who watch who watch The Simpsons, this thing is the Springfield Gorge, baby. Nobody makes it across. Everybody tries to jump it. And when you're right in that middle thinking, I'm gonna make it, I'm gonna make it starts to tip and you're right down in the middle where everybody else is.
and the wild part is you can almost just take his career before 35 and his career after 35, and each one of them is going to be Hall of Fame careers. Each
Hall of
one of
Fame.
them is going to have that same plateau of, yep, I'm actually numero uno. So Pat knows he
Dude,
knows what his competition is. He
he's
knows
the
what he's
only
going to take.
dude in the history of the NFL that we can think of in any recent memory that after his first full season playing, people already said he was a Hall of Famer. After one
Yeah,
year, he's
yeah,
a Hall of Famer. Let
yeah.
alone the body of work that came after, dude. This dude is so first ballot. Like, if I can, if anybody's name is on there who's not in there yet, come up and his is there, bro. Like, it's not even a question. Like, you can be, I don't, Marino's probably in, but like I said, you could be Dan Marino or whoever it
Right.
is, Peyton
Oh
Manning,
yeah, Dan
whoever it
Marino's
is.
definitely in. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
He's been
but
in
you
for
know
a
what I
long time.
mean.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's you don't want to be the quarterback going up against him
that's
when
what
it
I'm
comes to
saying. Eli,
nomination time.
and then you beat Tom twice, but they ain't gonna let you in off the strength of that. Not that
Oh
over
yeah, they
Pat.
will.
I mean, you're gonna get
Not
in off
over
the strength
Pat.
of
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Right.
He's
You beat
definitely
Tom
getting
Brady twice in the Super Bowl.
in
You
the Super Bowl.
deserve to go
You
to the Hall of
deserve
Fame.
it. Yeah,
Dude, Nick
especially
Foles better get in, dude. They better put Nick
no.
Foles in the Hall of Fame. He beat Tom in the Super Bowl. Just like you always be saying, if you beat Patrick in the regular season, that automatically throws you to the stratosphere. He beat Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. If this man is not in that stratosphere, your formula don't work.
He's not. He's not because it's for the Hall of
What?
Fame. He deserves recognition for what he did, but for the Hall of Fame, it is a body of
For the
work
Hall.
for the Hall of Fame. Now
Hey man,
For the Hall of Great and the Hall of Forever Memorable, he will
okay,
definitely be there.
I like that. Then
Yeah, like
okay.
it is above. It's above like butt fumble to me. Like it's pretty. Like you will always remember certain plays, and that is definitely it's up there.
I said, man, that's the Eagles' first Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's all sorts of like just all you can keep going.
You
Like
should have said, goodness gracious. Like,
yeah, I'm pretty sure
ooh.
they were
And he
double
saved y'all
digit.
from Carson Wentz. Y'all should thank Nick Foles.
Mm,
Like I said, if
mm.
y'all are too ungrateful. And Nick Foles, he could be in the Chiefs Ring of Circle Hall of Fame, in my opinion, right now. Like I said, dude, you want man.
We should be having this on Sunday for the service because you're just preaching right now. This is this is ridiculous.
Well, no, I'm just saying if we're going off the formula, but now that we're seeing how free agency shook out, I mean not free agents, but the draft shook out. Do you see any free agent players coming into Kansas City you think on small deals or anything veteran minimums. Besides the re-signing of McKinnon, because we still don't know the details of that yet. But I'm so glad they brought the Jet back, the real Jet. No disrespect to me, Cole Harbin, but the real Jet is back, nigga. The
Well,
757.
I think if you look at the number of touches, McKinnon has to have the name because he's the one that actually plays and gets the
Right.
ball. Um, there's a few names out there that I think could be interesting. You could always use a little help on the end, especially with rotation. So you got names like Carlos Dunlop, Mark
I was just
Ingram
gonna
still
say
out
bring him
there.
back.
You have your Justin Houston option, which is I still kind of like it, just
I do
because
too.
he's been steady, super steady. Like I
9 sacks a
almost,
season.
yeah, I feel like if I'm gonna ask any one of these guys to get me 8, like he might be the most reliable to get it at this point of their careers.
All right. Well, how many did Carlos finish with? 'Cause I want to say
I'm
he
not
was
sure.
probably around close to that number. Carlos was
He
he was paying
produced,
some dividends. Yeah, I
yeah.
like him. I hope they bring him back. I
He would
really do.
probably be number 2 on my list. I think Mark Ingram had
Oh
an
yeah.
okay year, but he's starting to get to that point.
Hmm.
Starting to get to a little. Hey, we appreciate you, bud. Hey, you ever thought about coaching? Have you ever thought about
Right.
maybe the little league? Um,
I think Jadavion Clowney's still out there too.
yeah, I've never been big on Clowney, and he's kind of proven me right. So when I talk smack to players and they prove me right, I'll probably always be slightly sour on them.
No, I understand because, like I said, I always said he made it to the NFL off a highlight play, not highlight
Mm,
plays, but off a highlight play. Just that one tackle, everybody remembers it. Put him in the NFL. Like we knew he was going there. Like that was it. And
yeah,
he got to the NFL and it's been fairly mediocre. I will say that. I mean, he's had spurts, but fairly mediocre overall. So
there
I
is one other player, being the homer that I am, that I would also like to have back, and he is available.
I know it. Did he play running back?
No, no, no,
Oh,
cornerback.
oh no. He's gonna be trying to fight people in the locker room.
I
We can't have that
I
type
want
of
him to
energy.
fight. If my cornerback,
Spagnola ain't going for it.
no,
He Italian. He had that boy.
but that's why it
Uh,
will work though, because Spagnola isn't the guy
but he
that
can't
Marcus
tackle.
Peters wanted to fight. They're two different guys. I wanted
True.
to fight the guy too. Look, I was willing to commit assault on an 85-year-old bum for a complete
Oh
bum
goodness.
for a defensive coordinator. They
Bob
probably
said
cost us a
was
Super
the
Bowl.
man.
Like the ability to get a Super Bowl. Like bum. Look, if the Marcus Peters was right, and they proved it because they fired him too. They said, "You look, we got to get rid of him."
Well, we was right too.
But
Marcus ain't done nothing since he been gone. I mean,
mm,
we don't hear his name too much
he
at
had a
all,
couple.
really.
He's slowly sliding down, but nice veteran depth. We don't have a lot of it on the defensive secondary. So
Yeah, I don't know, man. He kind of don't fit the culture. Things is just loose around here. He
yeah.
gonna bring that.
Well,
He gonna
hopefully
bring
he
that.
doesn't end up on the Eagles or something. Like
Cause
that
I
could
thought,
happen. They ain't got no
hopefully he
money,
do.
but
Cause then we know that we can attack that side of the defense.
mm. Oh, we got jokes. Might happen
No,
actually. I could see Pat Mahomes just getting to bite on a few things.
yeah,
Yeah, he's not afraid to
no.
bite.
Yeah, who I thought you was looking for. I know it'll never happen, but I always wish you do. Is Kareem Hunt? He's still out there,
Yeah,
sitting there waiting.
he got his Zeke.
Oh Lord.
Did Zeke ever sign? I can't
No,
remember.
I think he's still out there. But I wouldn't be surprised if somebody grabs him sooner now since the draft is over. But dude, Clark Hunt, sir,
The Hunts,
please forgive this man. Hunts,
the
Norma,
Clarks, the Clarks.
right,
Can we
Norma,
please?
Clark Hunts and the Gables and whoever else is out there, the Reeds. Y'all need to forgive this man and let this man get this Super Bowl. All he
Oh,
wanted to do is play running back in Kansas City again. That's all he ever wanted. He
man,
ever still want.
do you ever see that video when he got pulled over? He's
Oh
crying, talking
yeah.
about,
Oh
I
yeah.
should be playing in the Super Bowl right now.
Oh yeah.
I'm in Cleveland. Ah, feel the pain, brother. Feel the pain. But on to brighter news, we actually need to bring back this segment that we have not ran in what seems like forever.
Ooh, which one? Regale me.
We are gonna do the bold top seven, folks. Boom, 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 boom. Spice it up. Normally, we do a top seven teams list. With basketball, there's no reason to do it. Football's nothing's going on. Baseball is not really. It's too early in the season to really be making just a top seven list that anyone really cares about. So we are actually going to change up the roles a little bit and do something a little funky and do top seven football movies. Well,
Let's get it. I got an incredible list here.
it's
I'm
not as
not
good
gonna
as
deny
mine,
it.
but it might be similar actually. I mean, we both got good taste, so we'll see how these lists
I
go.
agree. I agree. Um, First and foremost, I'm gonna let you go first here. I have a situation brewing I see that I need to deal with real quick, ladies and
Gotcha.
gentlemen. Unprecedented. I will be back in one moment here. I'm so sorry.
Not a problem. So for the bold seven list that I've got for the top seven NFL football type movie, well, not NFL, we'll just call it football movies. Number one on my bold top seven list is Any Given Sunday. That's right, folks. Jamie Foxx, Al Pacino. It's an enjoyable watch every time for me on a Sunday afternoon. Number two is going to be Friday Night Lights. That high school football energy always had me hyped. Extremely fun to do, and with that kind of theme, it's going to bring me into my number three pick, and that is Varsity Blues. Varsity Blues. That's right, folks. Another high school football movie. You can kind of see kind of my little favorite sweet spot. Brings you back to those high school days of when I actually could play football and not wake up and be old and feel it the next day so much. So I definitely don't play football too much anymore. But Varsity Blues brings you back. Number four, kind of the same thing. Remember the Titans. Whoa. I know this movie's a little higher on a lot of other people's list, and it's a great movie. The the football in it's slightly dated for me, so it always kind of I like it, but it's not the same new age football movie that I'm kind of leaning towards. But man, you're talking about Denzel Washington, fantastic movie. How can you beat that? After Remember the Titans, we grow up a little bit and we go to college. We're gonna pick Rudy. That's right, the kid that was never supposed to make it, never supposed to play for anybody out here in Notre Dame, just trying his hardest, barely makes the team, and plays his heart out. If there's probably any football player on this list that I'm probably the closest to, it would probably be Rudy. Hits a little too far home, but it is a classic movie at number five. Rudy, big fan. Number six, spicing it up, keeping it in college, and it makes you kind of wonder what college football movie is next. Waterboy. That's right, folks. Waterboy. And really, this movie could even be higher on my list if I was truly just in the right mood. Like the Waterboy is just a classic. Got Adam Sandler, Bobby Boucher, just being a wild water dog, just more Mud Dog. It's been a while. I probably need to watch Waterboy, but just a great, great classic movie. My mama said, "Crocodile like to brush the little teeth." Fun movie for me. Waterboy with Adam Sandler, and number 7 on my bold 7 football movie list is going to be Little Giants. That's right. We went all the way back down to Pee Wee. Little Giants is a freaking classic. How does it get better than that? You got the underdogs going up against a big, mean little superhero type team. Like these guys are well out of their league when they're playing, and it was just it was a classic growing up for me. Kind of gives you that motivation as a kid that if you want to, you can overcome it too. And it just makes you excited and hyped to see. Big fan of Little Giants. It's a pretty good classic for me. Now, when Do with the Bear gets back, we're going to be interested to see what his 7 is, and we'll compare it to mine and see how he is looking. See what this list looks like. He's actually a pretty good movie buff. He's probably a better movie buff than I am, and in the general movie buff knowledge, maybe not sports, um, but he's pretty. I respect his opinion on movies, so we'll be excited to see how closely his list gets to me. Again, my bold 7 is Any Given Sunday, Friday Night Lights, Varsity Blues, Remember the Titans, Rudy, Waterboy, and Little Giants. That's the bold 7 football list. It is exciting to do. It's a good list, I think. And tell me about it in the comments. Let us know. What is your bold top 7 movie list? Which ones would you move around? Which ones do you find controversial? Which ones would you maybe not have in? Would you add The Replacements? Is that one that you could toss in? Another honorable mention was Jerry Maguire. I really wanted to have Jerry Maguire in my list. And when I was first thinking of this subject, I'm not going to lie, I just assumed Jerry Maguire would make my top 7 list until I started writing my top 7 list and realized we ran out of room for old Jerry Maguire. Show me the money and all that. It's pretty fun. Not bad, but not the greatest. Um, Jerry Maguire is too much fun. Another couple good ones was like The Longest Yard, both the original and the remake. The original was Burt Reynolds versus like Adam Sandler. And just because I'm newer age and a bigger fan of Adam Sandler than Burt Reynolds, I'm going to lean with Adam Sandler's version. But that's almost a versus battle in itself. And folks, we are not afraid to run a versus battle. So maybe we'll talk about that briefly at the end of this and see what you think is the better version. Is it the original version with Burt Reynolds or the new age Adam Sandler? Uh, Uncle Joey Diaz is in it and a few other people. It's a fun little watch. Excited. Uh, it's pretty interesting. We're gonna give that dude with a beard just a few more minutes to see if he can get whatever he's doing squared away. We're excited to see the bold 7 list. What was your guys' favorite draft choice? Who did you pick for a draft? Was it which? I think there's a few teams that did excellent. Everyone is talking about the Eagles draft. Um, we've really got to kind of hope that it's just overrated at this point because these are all kind of rolls of dice. So I'm hoping that that's exactly what we're seeing here with the Eagles and they crap out because, man, does it on paper look like a really strong draft? And it makes you kind of nervous. So, yeah. Gotcha. Well. We'll have to have an interesting preseason preview for the football. Um, luckily, by about the time we get to preseason football, baseball will really have heated up. We'll have a real good look at it. Maybe I should start doing some daily Royal coverage, kind of spice it up a bit, and see how it goes, and be fun to do. Hey, that dude with the beard, welcome back.
Ladies and gentlemen, anybody who has young children, you understand. Okay.
Right.
All right. Let's jump into this list. Did you already regale the folks with your list there?
I've regaled with my list. We're excited to hear your list so we
All
can
right. All
compare
right.
notes and see how the blind matched up.
All right. Number seven of my favorite football movies. It comes in Invincible, the story of Vince Papale, Philadelphia Eagle, bartender by day, wide receiver by night. Uh, Incredible story, true story, good movie. Marky Mark, shout out to you. Uh, the next one on my list, number six here, I got the Little Giants. Because how could you not? Icebox don't care. That's what Spike thought, or Spike don't care. He don't play with girls. That's what we do here. Um, Coming in here at number five here, Remember the Titans. There's just no way this movie doesn't make this list. Denzel Washington, star-studded cast, another true story. Also teach you not to stunt. If you learn anything from Gary Bertier, you never stunt especially when you're not even looking where you're peeling off to. So shout out to that life lessons all through that movie here. Number four here, the number four, and most people might not recognize it, but it's Radio. Cuba Gooden Jr., the high school
Ooh.
football team. Boy, I'm trying to tell you, my favorite line of the movie, Ed Helms, he looked at it and he said, "Boy, when you get the ball, all I want to see is the back of your jersey." You know what I'm saying? We need touchdowns. I don't want to see nothing else but the back of your jersey. So shout out to Radio. Like I said, another true story, full of life stories in that one. Very good movie. The number three here, we drift off here. The Replacements. My boy Keanu
Ooh.
Reeves leading the replacement team of a rapscallion group of nobodies to glory on the gridiron. Uh, and number two here, it wouldn't be a list without it. It's the Water Boy, Adam Sandler,
Mm.
probably the greatest linebacker in all of football history. Bobby Boucher, shout out to you. Shout out to Captain Insano, aka Paul White, the Big Show, for giving my boy inspiration through the movie. And the number one, my favorite number one football movie of all time here, Any Given Sunday. Jamie Foxx, Al Pacino, LL Cool J. What more can you ask for? Oh man.
Look, folks. There was not many consensus picks, but what we can agree on, gosh darn it, is Any Given Sunday is the
Any Given
greatest football
Sunday.
movie that
Any
was ever
Given
made.
Sunday, man.
Just Any
How
Given
could it
Sunday.
not be? It's Any Given
Let's
Sunday.
run through these lists. Back. So number 7, I had Little Giants. Who'd you have again?
I had Invincible, the
Invincible.
story
Number
of
6,
Vince Papale.
Waterboy. But I did
I had Little
say,
Giants at number 6. Yeah,
yeah, Little Giants. You see,
at
that's why I
number
was happy
6.
with you out there. But I did say on the right day, you could catch me with the Water Boys higher up. So I was excited when you had them at number 2. I knew that it was the
Mm,
right comment. Number
yes, sir.
5, Rudy.
See, Rudy almost made my list, but then I was thinking about Remember the Titans, and I said, you know what? I'm
Mm.
gonna have to give the edge to Denzel. But no, I like Rudy. Rudy's a good pick, dude. It's a
It
good
was the
pick.
closest I could relate to a football player on the list. Someone
Understandable.
that's not going to make the team, but gets lucky enough to make the team one a little bit and play that one little time.
Right.
No, number 4 was Remember the Titans. As you had
Hmm.
mentioned previously, it's a great movie. Denzel, you can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong. Who did I have here? Let me go back. Hold on.
Number
We
4,
had number 4. Yeah, I had Radio.
Radio. Yeah, which
Radio at
was
number 4.
oof, I didn't even have that one in contention. I didn't even think about it. Like it's
That's
not that it
man. I'm
didn't
telling you.
deserve contention. It
Right.
was just like, man, I didn't even think of that one. I thought that was a
Hmm.
good pick.
Thank you,
Number
sir.
3, Varsity Blues.
I almost picked Varsity Blues.
You
Okay,
know,
I like it.
you
I
talking about a
like it.
good old school, high school Texas, good old deep Texas high school football classic type
High school
movie.
football.
The girl comes out in the whipped cream. Like, what more do you want in a movie as a teenager? It was perfect.
Oh, for sure.
And number 3, you
Oh
had
yeah.
what was number 3 again?
My number 3, I had The Replacements. Keanu Reeves.
Replacements. Ooh. That was I think that was like my honorable mention number 1 that I had come up with. It was right there
Hmm.
for me. It was like barely missed. And then number 2, Friday Night Lights.
Ooh, see, that's another one that almost made the list for me. It was between that. Yeah. No, I just couldn't go with it. It was between that. I had boiled number 2 down to 3 movies. It was Friday Night Lights, The Water Boy, and All the Right Moves. If you've seen that with Tom
Mm,
Cruise.
yeah,
Dude, that movie's great too. But Tom Cruise, my boy Leon's in it. Most people y'all know Leon from the Five Heartbeats. Or he was David Ruffin in the Temptations movie, however you gotta get it.
right.
But great film, dude.
Yeah, I
But
was
The
almost
Water
on
Boy.
Jerry Maguire. Jerry Maguire almost hit my
Dude,
list.
I'm trying to
Uh,
tell you, I had to get
I,
one. Yeah,
if it just had a little bit more football in the movie for me,
yes.
I think I would have
But
went
see,
Jerry
then
Maguire.
we would have had two Cuba Gooden Juniors on the list. He's
Hmm.
hitting on football. He can't
And
miss
on
on the
football,
football movie.
coach. We might have to check the credits on Remember the Titans too. He might have been
Right.
somewhere. No, that mother.
Somewhere in the
He's good at
mix,
getting
right.
paid. He knows how to get cash.
And that's for sure.
Yeah, but
That'll
I think
work.
that's a real good list. I'd say the biggest highlights are the ones that we probably definitely agreed on, which was
Which
number
is number
1,
one.
Any
Yeah.
Given Sunday. Of
And
course,
you know
Jamie
what?
Foxx, Al Pacino.
My honorable mention, though, I do want to shout this out to the folks just in case y'all ain't seen it. The Express, the story of Ernie Douglas. Great movie, dude. Great movie. One of the rawest running backs I had never heard of until then. And I had to look him up, and he was raw. So, yeah, if y'all get a chance, check that movie out. Sad story, but a true story nonetheless.
You want to get hit with an impromptu, quick little 2 minute, quick little short versus battle that came up in my
Ooh,
mind in this category when
no.
while you were gone.
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
The
What you
longest
got?
yard. The longest yard. Are you going the original or the remake?
You know what, dude? I'm going remake. I'm not even gonna lie. I love the first one. I really do. And it seemed like the first one has more of a what's the word I want to use? It's got more umph to it, I guess you could say, just
Mhm.
because it's the first time we've seen it.
Right.
But The Longest Yard. The only reason why it didn't make my top 7 list is because I knew I had to put Radio on there, because that was gonna be the other one in between. Dude, that movie is great. Adam Sandler did it. Goldberg, bro, star-studded cast once again.
Yeah.
You got Hall of Famer. You got fucking Michael Irvin in the movie. Now he's in the movie. Like, bro, it's really good. It's high speed. The football plays when they're actually playing football actually look good. The comedy through it's undefeated. So I love it. I gotta go remake. I gotta do
Yeah, this is actually the first time our versus battle ends in a tie because I had also picked. I'm
it.
not gonna play spoiler. And, I had also picked the remake. It was a close one. You know, Burt Reynolds is a bad man,
And you
but
got somebody for the remake, Bert, and score a touchdown.
right, yeah.
Shout
I
out
mean,
to you.
that's why you almost got to lean with the remake because you get him too. Like
Right, because you get them
you get
too.
both.
Right.
You get a little both.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Oh,
it's
that's
Adam
it.
Sandler. Let's not deny it.
Right.
A lot
Right.
of we salute our kings, and
We do.
he's in the group.
Because he rarely miss, man. I'll say that about Adam Sandler. He rarely miss on a movie.
Not
And I mean
often.
rarely. Yeah, not often. Like I said, you could watch a whole week's worth of Adam Sandler movies before you watch one that'll hit off. Yeah, this
And
dude's
I tell you what, even as misses, I'm still gonna watch. We ain't even
right.
gotta skip over. I'll go ahead and give it a
Right.
second
Yeah,
time.
well, yeah, I can stomach it. Oh yeah, I can
No,
watch it.
we give
Like,
it a
don't
try.
I wouldn't just turn Jack and Jill on to watch it, but if it was on, I'm like, yeah, it's already on the channel.
Yeah,
Maybe
if it was
I'll watch
on and I could not change the channel to something better, I
it. Yeah.
all right, good enough.
Well,
Good
watch Jack and
enough.
Jill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it wasn't that
Oh,
bad. No, it
no,
was.
for sure. No, it's terrible. But yeah,
No, it
like I said,
really is.
we can stomach certain things. Oh man, but yeah, I'm glad you're right there with me. Like I said, the remake it was just it's phenomenal. It's really good.
Yeah,
Like I
yeah.
said, even like I said, from the comedy, from the casting, dude, Stone Cold Steve Austin's in the movie. What more can you ask for?
Right.
Like, what more can you ask for, dude?
And
Everybody's favorite wrestler.
if for some reason you have an argument for the original, let us know in the comments.
Let us
Let
know.
us know,
Tell us
folks. We're
why it's
all
better.
ears. Educate us. Maybe we're
Man,
wrong. Maybe it's been so long since we've seen the original. We're missing a scene who will change our minds. Let us know
man,
in the
please
comments
regale
below.
me. Let
Hit
me
like and
know.
subscribe. All that good jazz.
All of that. And follow us on Twitter, Bold Prediction Sports Media Podcast. We're gonna get some Instagram going here eventually. We got to get out in the field a little more. But Longest Yard remake, I can't get off of it. It's so good. I might have to watch it today. I might have to watch it as I lay down to go to sleep.
You're like, oh,
Like,
thanks for the
dude,
recommendation before
yeah,
bed.
for real. Dude, enjoy a good laugh here, see some action, dude. Yeah,
Yeah,
good
this did
time.
actually this doing the list did make me go I actually need to have my kid watch Little Giants. I'm not 100% sure if he's seen it yet or not. And
No, it's time.
no, sorry, kid. Yeah, you're watching it whether you
Sorry,
like it or
kid.
not.
It's a historical moment.
Right.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna make my daughter do the same thing. She might be icebox. We need to figure this
Right.
out.
We
Let's see
get
what happens.
Halloween's about to be lit.
Mm, right. It's on the way. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was the Bold Seven here. We got that going. We can bring that back all the time. I love the Bold Seven. There's
Yeah,
nothing like it.
yeah, it's gonna have to come back to a weekly thing for sure.
And ladies and gentlemen, of course, drop your Bold Seven. What are your favorite football movies, top to bottom? Let us know in the comments. Like and subscribe, like Mr. KC said. We want to see what you like. We want to know because you might pull out a movie that we didn't think about. So we want to see what's going on here. Maybe one of y'all put up The Blind Side because you love Sandra Bullock. Maybe we'll see that. Who knows? Who knows? But anywho, he's Mr. KC from the 813. I'm that dude with the beard. And did you have anything else for the folks?
Nope. Enjoy
That's it.
enjoy the Suns.
Enjoy the Suns. Ooh.